Get this, the U.S. has issued a travel advisory for Japan following a string of deadly bear attacks. The country has reported more than a dozen deaths so far this year. NBC News correspondent Marquise Francis has warned the countrywide effort to try and protect residents and tourists.
A grisly warning to tourists in Japan as the country deals with a surge in bear attacks. According to Japan's public broadcasting network, a record 220 people have been injured since April. Officials say at least 13 people killed, 7 of those deaths in October alone, as the animals prepare for hibernation.
Bear population has increased dramatically in Japan. I mean, there are now, I believe, over 40,000 Asiatic black bears throughout Japan.
Bears have been spotted in populated areas across the northern part of the country, including inside this supermarket and outside a nursery school.
As that population increases, combined with the population of people increasing and going into these habitats, you're going to have these conflicts.
The U.S., the U.K., and China all issuing travel advisories to their citizens, with the bears also spotted in places frequented by travelers. A bear cub killed by authorities after breaking into a hot spring resort in the Iwate prefecture. And the airport there briefly forced to ground flights after this sighting on the runway. In Japan's historic Shirakawa village, visitors carrying bear bells and warning signs posted everywhere after a tourist from Spain was attacked at the UNESCO-listed site.
This is historical village, as you know, so we actually asking tourists to actually do not litter anything, like pick up all the trash and take it. Other thing is that we actually going to hunt the bear.
Bear deterrents now a top priority for Japan. Armed with bear spray and shields, troops from the country's self-defense force are helping capture the animals. Hunting drones that emit barking sounds deployed over an area in central Japan's Haida City. And in September, Japan amended a wildlife law to allow emergency hunting by civilians. And while the bear's hibernation season is right around the corner, officials in Japan say it's a risk they cannot ignore.
We are not gonna let that things happen again.
And Marquise Francis joins me now. Marquise, we are used to hearing about bear territory, for hikers and things like that in the U.S. Walk us through some reminders for people who are visiting Japan and what they should carry on them and be aware of.
Yeah, Vicki, just last week, the U.S. State Department is warning U.S. visitors to the region that there was a bear sighting at a park across from the U.S. consulate in Sapporo. And they're really urging Americans to follow these helpful tips. They're pretty straightforward, but I'm going to pull up a full screen. They're saying, number 1, avoid the area or walking alone in areas of bear sightings. 2, be aware of your surroundings. And 3, report sightings to local authorities. And whether it's in Japan or the U.S., I think right now we're on how to prevent a bear attack. But whether it's in Japan or the U.S., the expert in that piece is saying these are some of the things you can do. And I'll pull them up once again. Make a lot of noise. Make yourself big. Never turn your back and run. And never, ever feed a bear. He added that bears are actually not inherently violent or malicious. They're just trying to survive. Of course, Vicki, you and I don't want to run into a bear, but those are some helpful notes.
A good reminder. Marquise Francis, thank you. Keep it right here. You're watching Daily.
We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.